So everybody, these are all running under computer control on the 3 tracks, and as you saw from the title, we're going to do a bit of an update. I've had an awful lot of work to do to get to this running session and this update. So we'll do a little bit of that and show you what. But for the moment, I thought I'd show you through the trains. No sound today, just the trains running. Well everybody, I thought I'd near enough got my outer track done. But as you can see from this lot all taken up, I haven't. I'll show you what the problem is. So it all stems from me wanting to get this extra outlet from the terminal station, which I think is a very good idea. But as you can see, all this track has come up from down here. And this is about the 5th time I've tried to get this to work. What I've been trying to do is just to sort this bit out here and to try and avoid carriages and that hitting here, which to be honest I've been very unsuccessful at. So I've finally decided to bite the bullet and just try and redesign this whole bit here. That's all I can do. So keep watching and see if I manage to do it. But the actual crossover there now isn't too bad, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. So there we go. So this is an overhead shot from the previous video, the last one I think. And if you look over to the, excuse me, if you look over to the right hand top corner, you can see the layout that I had in that corner with the track out of the station. If you have a look now, it's changed somewhat. So in the end, as I'll show you, I had to rip quite a bit of track out, as you saw. So this is the view of that from ground level almost. And actually I think it looks not too bad. It's given a little bit of character to that end of the platform, and it does work. They don't now hit on each other, which is what they did. And the curve from the point, which has been moved back, and the smaller point has also been moved, is a second radius curve, rigid one, slip track. So the track map that I did before, that shows you where that point was before. So with the trains running through the station and stopping and whatever, I've had to move this platform, had to move it towards us because they were hitting. I've had to do a little bit of tweaking on the edges to get it to work. But yeah, that's working now, which I'm happy about. And it looks okay, I think. And then this long platform here, the island one, that's had to be moved. And if you notice, the light has moved, the signal has moved as well. I've also had to ease the edge of the platform with my plane because they were hitting, and I wanted to try and keep the platform the full length, you know. And as you can see, I've had to relocate the point motor, and I've flipped the platform round so that the cutout, which was a bit further towards us, isn't seen because it's got the platform, the station on it, station building on. and I've had to ease down here as well, but it works quite well, and I don't think you really notice. I also did the other end of this island platform to avoid it, and as I say, I've recut the edge of the platform. I had to take some signals out, so I thought I'd relocate this double one to the sidings, because it hasn't got one at the moment, but I might eventually put an electric light, a signal light here, forward one. I'll have to see. I've only got a few to spread around the layout, so I'll choose the best places for them. Now you can see I've got some fencing back, which was the original. So, the N7, if you look at the pictures, oh dear, yeah, it was running round, and that's why you haven't seen it, is the retaining bolt on that back wheel, on that front wheel, came off, and that's what happened. So in the end I took the retaining bolt out of the middle one and put it in the M1, and got it back, although it looks a bit weird there, doesn't it? But I did get it back. I don't think I've got them quite aligned properly. And as you can see, now I was hoping to use the Ginty fixing, i.e. this one, because this doesn't work, but they're totally different. The Hornby ones are far superior to the Oxford rail. These are really flimsy, the ones on the Oxford rail. I've sent an email to them to see if I can get some bits for it, but I haven't heard anything yet. So here we go to the overhead shot again. And it was all working reasonably well, to be honest. As you can see. And I've had a few viewers say they like this view. What do you think? So we'll have a little bit of lower running. Once I've been away for so long, 3 weeks, I thought I had to show Kelly her Earl of St Germans, didn't I? And I'm really liking the H1. It's a really nice loco. Whether it would have ever pulled these TTA wagons, I suspect not, but there we are. Robert's train set. So as you see, I've got some more of the fencing round there. What I haven't done is round the Swan Lake Park, because I bought some new fencing for that, which will be shown in a later update, I suspect. Back to the overhead, but this time I've tried to do a shuttle with the 121, which you can see pulling out of the North Roberts train set station and coming along. So here it is from lower down. And the shuttle is from here to the other terminal station at Roberts Junction, Roberts Halt terminal station, south. But it never actually got there. And this suddenly stopped, so that was as far as that got. So I decided to take one of the trains off the middle track, which in this particular case was the oil tankers, and I just reversed it manually into this part of the station terminal. Probably wouldn't have helped if the 121 had ever got there, but there we are. So try it again. And I think it waits there to make sure that the point has changed. So it carried on its journey. We got a bit further on. It was designed to stop here, which it did. Very short stop. And it carried on up. And of course all the time everything else is running as well. So I think it just biffed the back of the Ernest & Germans train there, but it didn't really get much further because it was meant to go through the station, not behind it, as you see here on a second run. This time it waited there. And it completed a bit more of the lay of the shuttle by going across into the middle track. Now from here it was meant to cross over again to the inside track. But unfortunately that's as far as I ever got. So I'll just show you that from ground level again. And I find it really relaxing watching these perform, you know. It's really quite nice and obviously a lot easier to film them. And that was it, fortunately. Why? I don't know. Maybe this train is just a bit too long for it. And I had actually removed carriages from the 68 train. Oh well, never mind. So I reinstated the oil tanker train, and just had them running nicely. So I'll just let you watch those for a little while. And as you can see, I put some of the buildings back on. I've not done the cars or a lot of the passengers because they'll fall over when I start doing the outside track, you know, the very outside. But, you know, I've reinstated some of it. And luckily the footbridge at Valentine's Junction station did still fit just about on the platforms, although it's very close to the edges. But it was before. So quite a bit of running now. I'll give you, I don't know, a couple of minutes, 2.5 minutes of these running round. And me following them. I hope you enjoy this. Only thing with the 395, if I didn't put the headlights on, it would go backwards. So I always had to turn the headlights on to make it go the right way, which I find it rather strange. Might be something to do with the trailing car at the back, possibly. And if you were wondering, which I'm sure you're not, it is getting a bit warmer in the loft. It was over 70 when I was filming this up there. It's only a couple of days before you're seeing this now. So there's still a lot of bits to sort out and tweak, shall we say. But yes, as you'll hear in my little bit of to camera at the end here, I am quite happy. It is working, and to have 5 running on this bit, so when I get the other outside bits, it should be easy to get 6 running at the same time. I really did try to get 6, but it just does not work. They just bind up because my trains are reasonably long. But I am pleased that it's working. A last look for Kelly on Earl of St Germans. And I think unfortunately I'm going to have my ugly mug again in a little while. Hello everybody, as you've seen, it's not all easy. It decides it can't do things and it causes wobblies, and although it's automatic, it still doesn't stop couplings falling out and derailings and so forth. But of course in this particular instance, when that happens, everything's carrying on until it fuses. So I've had to do quite a bit of work to get this outer track to go, notwithstanding all the realignment over the far side there. I was having nightmares. They were hitting. It was impossible, and I tried and tried to get it right. And I should have redesigned the whole lot all at once, basically, not try to squeeze bits in where the existing stuff was. Just didn't work. So of course now I've got to do the outer track, including all the fiddle yards and the one behind the back seat. I think I'm beginning to realise that although I've had 5 trains running on this and you saw them, it does cause problems. The points can be a problem. What I notice is they do seem to work quite well under auto, but sometimes on manual they don't always click when you think they have. The picture goes on the screen but not actually on the layout, which doesn't help. But yeah, I could never have run all these trains and done the pieces to camera on the bits that I've done, the update, you know, trying to run them manually, especially not stopping them in the stations and starting them up and all this, you know. I've had no sound on. I thought I'd leave the sound off, and I've not really turned any lights on. I've just had them as a plain train running round. and as you've seen from the overhead shots, it's, you know, it's working. It is working. The 101 doing a shuttle across, not so good, and I don't quite know why. It just caused problems all the time, but we'll see. I might have to tweak it, which I've already done doing this piece to camera. Anyway, so again, there's going to be obviously quite a break when I do for doing the outside. I've also got to redo that bridge, haven't I? I've sort of cobbled it together, but I think I'm going to have to make a new one. And yeah, I've got point motors to add on and new decoders, and I've got some more lights, which I quite like the lights working. It's quite good. So don't know what you think. I'm certainly pleased I've done it. I will say, because it's enthused me again, over and over again, trying to get it to work. Yes, it can be frustrating, but trying to get it to work and, you know, adjusting on the computer to try and get it to work. At one stage they were hitting over there, and I've just moved back the stopping point, you know, and it works. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and if you've enjoyed what you've seen or had a good laugh, please subscribe. It is free, and any comments would be welcome. Yeah, I've really loved doing this. I've quite enjoyed running the trains today and not having to get under the layout and all that. And I've got to get under the layout and tidy up the cables again, because obviously there's a second or third lot from the outside track. But it did work last time. By tidying them up, it was a lot easier to do the outside track. So I'm pleased I did that. So all for now, and I wish you a happy Easter. I'm hoping this will be out on Easter Friday, Good Friday, but I'm not quite sure. I'm going to go down and do a lot of editing now, try and get this into one bit of video. Cheers everybody, cheers.